Hey guys, welcome back to another Lazy Mom hack video. Today we're making outdoor DIY play kits for your kids. A little bit of time to set them up, then you can walk away, enjoy your summer while your kids are having an amazing time. And each of these kits is under $10 to make. So let's get started. First, let's talk about the DIY slime kit. My kids are obsessed with slime. Usually they make it in the kitchen and it's a huge mess and I need to be involved. Instead, I put all the ingredients they need and a recipe in a dollar store tote so they can do it outside. Our kit contains borax, white glue, bowls, spoons, food coloring, and glitter. And I laminated the recipe so they can splatter all over it and we wipe it clean. This is hours of fun for them without mommy needing to be involved. For this slime recipe, you're going to need 2 bowls. I want you to add to one bowl a half a teaspoon of borax with a 1/4 cup of water. Mix it well and have it dissolve. In the other bowl, combine a 1/4 cup of glue with a 1/4 cup of water and stir it really well. Now you're gonna slowly add your food coloring and mix those 2 bowls together. Get your hands in there and really mix it up until you have the perfect slime consistency. The next activity kit is a DIY bird feeder. This is so easy and such a sweet craft for the summer. For the bird feeders, this is the only kit that you're going to need to help them a little bit with. You want to start by mixing together 1 package of the gelatin with a 1/4 cup of water and bring it to a light simmer. Then remove that from your stove and just let it cool as the gelatin dissolves. After the gelatin is cooled for about a minute, I want you to stir in a 1/4 cup of your bird seed, stir it up, and then lay it into your cookie cutters. When your cookie cutter is about halfway filled, add a little loop of twine so you can hang it from a tree, and then add some more of the bird seed mixture on top. Let it dry overnight, pop it out, and hang it in your tree. The next kit is DIY Bouncy Balls, and my kids are so excited about these. They're so simple to make. Again, a little bit of warm water, borax, cornstarch, white glue, and food coloring. They can add glitter, they can make it any color they want. They roll this mixture into balls, let it dry, and bounce away. Not only do they have fun making them, but they actually have a toy to play with when they're done. And you can refill this all summer long so they always can keep creating. To make your bouncy balls, you want to add a cup of warm water and mix it with a teaspoon of borax. In another cup, you want to mix glue, cornstarch, and food coloring. Now slowly add those 2 mixtures together. The glue mixture is gonna harden about 10 seconds. So you wanna use your fork to take it out of the water and then squish your bouncy ball into a firm, round ball. Roll it in between your hands, dip it back in the water if it's starting to feel a little bit too hard, and eventually you're gonna have the perfect bouncy ball. The lines underneath your bed sheets. It started fun, but now I'm deep into this flow. This next kit is totally my favorite, Kinetic Sand. It isn't actually sand. You can make this using baking soda, baking powder, dishwashing liquid, and a little bit of food coloring. The great thing about this Kinetic Sand is afterwards they're playing with it. They're using it to like play kitchens, or they're making sandcastles, or whatever it is that kids like to do. So not only do they get to have the fun making the sand, but also hours of fun playing with it. So put everything you need in one kit and then go relax, my friends, while your kids have fun. For the perfect Kinetic Sand, you want to mix together 2 parts baking soda to 1 part baking powder and 1 part dishwashing liquid in a large bowl. Stir it up till it gives really a sandy, doughy substance. Add a little bit more baking powder if it's too wet, and a couple of drops of food coloring. And that's it. Just knead it together till it's the perfect consistency. And it doesn't really matter about measurements here. You can make as much or as little as you want. Just remember, for as much baking soda that you add, you want half that much baking powder and dishwashing liquid. This next kit my kids are super excited about, and it's DIY Volcanoes. For this you need a jar, baking soda, some salt, dish liquid, food coloring, vinegar, and a party hat, or some paper. So in the bottom of your jar, place baking soda, salt, and a squirt of dish soap and a few drops of food coloring. Then cut the top of your party hat off, place it over the jar, and slowly pour in your vinegar. Your volcano will erupt. We're having a frozen volcano, but you can use any party hats you want, or again, paper, and your kids can do this over and over again. This next kit is super easy, and it can be used either for painting on paper or a canvas or as sidewalk chalk. This is DIY Puffy Paint. For this project, what you're going to need is some shaving cream. We just got ours from the dollar store, white glue, food coloring, and some Ziploc bags. You're gonna mix equal parts of shaving cream and glue into your Ziploc bag, add your food coloring, squish it around, and then once you've cut the hole, just simply squeeze the bag to pipe out your puffy paint just like it's icing. And again, you can decorate the sidewalk or paper. It's endless fun. If your little ones want to keep their creations forever, let it dry overnight and it will harden just like real puffy paint, or simply spray it off with the hose. I know that you can get sidewalk chalk at the dollar store, but it's way more fun to make your own. And with this next kit, you can make a ton of sidewalk chalk for under $10 and then color with it. All you're going to need for this kit is some pottery plaster or plaster of Paris, water, food coloring, and a silicone mold. The dollar store has lots of different mold options. Add 2 tablespoons of water to a small bowl and 3 tablespoons of the plaster. Add a couple of drops of food coloring and mix. Spoon the mixture into your mold, let it dry, pop them out, and color. And don't forget, all of these recipes are available as a free download. I'm gonna put the link down below so you can print them off and make your own kits. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more lazy mom hacks, DIY videos, organizing, cleaning, and so much more each and every week. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. I'm always like, what am I gonna talk about today? But today I decided to talk about the fact that I was bored as a kid. Like, as I look at my kids and they're like playing video games and they're watching YouTube and screens. I didn't even have cable. We had 3 stations growing up, and it was news, news, or news. I didn't have siblings that lived with me. I was an only child. I have step siblings, but I was an only child. And this is what I did for fun. I played Imagination Station. This is like legit what I did. I had a big mirror in my room, and I would sit in front of it and I would have my own show. It was called Imagination Station. Sometimes I'd do makeover shows and I'd tear all my mom's curtains down and like wrap myself in her dusty, lacy curtains and do a fashion show, or I'd slather on her makeup and do a makeup reveal of my face, or I'd interview my dog he didn't talk back. I'd make like the voices. It was brutal. When I think, but I legit spent hours doing Imagination Station, basically talking to myself, which is what I'm doing now, my friends. I think being bored as a kid, yeah, just being alone and having to come up with something to entertain myself, I discovered a passion that I'm now doing for a living. I'm playing Imagination Station right now. You're not really here. I'm talking to myself. And I think being alone, being bored as a kid, having not anything to do, totally discovered that's something that I loved. So kick your kids outside. It's okay if they're whining that they're bored. It's okay if they have nothing to do. That's how they're gonna discover that they love, I don't know, playing with dirt, or throw them some vinegar and baking soda and maybe you'll have a scientist. I think when we're bored, when we have nothing else to do, that's when we find our real passions in life. That's when we discover the things that we have to find, the things that truly make us happy. So don't feel bad if your kids are whining outside. It's good for them. It really is, and I'm kicking my kids outside all this summer. So thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time.